Hello and welcome to Paradise Fibers. My name is Kyle. Today we're going to go over weaving yarn, especially the yarn on cones here on this wall behind me. We'll start on this first shelf here. This is unmercerized cotton, which works great for dish towels, washcloths, stuff like that. This one in particular is 4-2, so this cotton has got great absorbent qualities to it. Next here on the shelf we have our bokkins. Most of this bokkins is in the 15 to 6 to 22 to 2 weight range. For those of you that aren't familiar with the weights, for example, this one here says it's a 12 to 6. So the first number refers to the thickness of the yarn. The second number refers to how many plies are in that particular yarn. Unlike knitting, the higher the number, the higher the number, the thinner the yarn. So it's opposite of knitting. A 20 weight in weaving cone yarn is going to be very thin, and a 3 is going to be much thicker. Next we have some fairly new stuff. We have is actually hemp, which is going to be pretty similar to cotton and linen. This one is a worsted weight. We also have it in sport weight. So that's new fun stuff that we have. It'll work great for both warp or weft. These couple shelves here are Euroflax. It's fantastic stuff. It's made by Louet. The more you work with it, the softer your project's going to get. And then the last two shelves there are some more of the cotton yarn that we have, and then we also have some brown sheep wool warp, which is a great yarn to warp your looms with, but I would not recommend using it if you have to do like rug work or anything with high tension projects. It tends to not hold up as much as some of the cotton or the other plied yarns that we do have. Which brings us over here to more brown sheep yarn. You're probably all familiar with Nature Spun, and this is exactly what all of this is brown sheep Nature Spun. It's 100% wool. It's plied. It comes in sport weight and worsted weight, sport weight and fingering weight, and they're all 1 pound cones. So there's lots of colors to choose from. It's the same color line. If you're familiar with the Nature Spun yarn, it's got the same colors that they offer in the 50-gram skeins in sport and fingering. And if you follow me on down this way, we get to some of my favorite stuff. This is the Louet Cotton. It is a blend of cotton and linen, so you get the best of both worlds. It's plied. I wouldn't recommend using it for warp, although you can use it if you're not going to do a high tension project on the rigid heddle loom. You can use this, but make sure you don't crank it up too high. It's great for table runners, placemats. It's also got the absorbent qualities like the Euroflax and the cotton that we looked at down at the beginning, so it will work for dish towels and stuff like that. And lastly is probably my favorite yarn. I teach all of my weaving classes with it. This is the mercerized cotton. Comes in 3 weights. We have a 3-2, a 5-2, and a 10-2. So as I said earlier, there's 3 weight, 5 weight, 10 weight. They're all 2-ply. It does not have the absorbent qualities as the unmercerized cotton does, so I would not recommend using this for dish towels or washcloths. But we've had great success with doing table runners. It makes awesome placemats. You can do a lot of fun things with this mercerized cotton. And as you can see, we have lots of colors available. And one of my favorite things is this guy right behind me. If you don't have one of these, it's probably going to be your new best friend. This is a cone holder. This one particularly is made by Leclerc. You can fit tons of cones on here. It's super easy to set up. It's a great tool to have in your house, especially if you're an avid weaver and you've got lots of cone yarn. You can set this up right behind your loom and pull it off right to your warp. It's a great tool to have, and I've really enjoyed using it. And as you can see, I do like the mercerized cotton, and this is all the cones that I've used. So thanks for coming to Kyle's Corner today, and I hope you learned something about the weaving yarn that we have to offer. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to give us a call, 888 320-7746, or make sure you come check us out at www.paradisefibers.com.
Make a gang of line.
I went and